Peace and joy, guys. Welcome back to another video, Drumheller Farms. Hey, I want to show you guys the recovery of some of our grasses. You know, my last video I talked about how we've changed to a non-selective grazing style. Pretty much all grazing consists of one of two ways of grazing. And you're either going to graze selectively, where you're allowing the animals to pick and choose what they want. The other way to graze is going to be a non-selective style of grazing, and that's what we've switched to. We came from a eat a third, trample a third, leave a third, and then we've went ahead and transitioned over the last about a year and a half to a more non-selective style of grazing. Now, where I am standing right now, they were here 4 days ago, okay? So this left part of the field here, they had 4 days in that section. 4 different cells divided into 2 moves per cell, 1 cell each day. Hopefully that makes sense with you. Where I'm standing now would be 5 days ago, all right? And as I walk my way across this field, we're going to get all the way to a 12 days resting period. All right. Where I'm standing, this whole field is about a 5-acre field, 5 to 6 acre field. We got 9 days out of it. And I'm going to walk across this field and I'm just going to narrate it for you. We didn't hit these last 2 paddocks quite as hard. And right now we're in a 5-day resting period. There's a little line coming up. There's the line. Now 6 days. See everything springing right up. A lot of green grass starting. You see we didn't take our litter bank. There's a ton of litter still down here covering the soil. Lots of green grass poking back up. All right, now we're getting into where we hit this a little bit harder. You see the line? And I'm right in the middle of the field, all right? They tend to hit the ends towards the water a little harder and the ends without the water a little less. So I figured rock in the middle of the field. 7 days rest right here. This is 1 week. And we hit this hard. You can see there's not as much stems, not nearly as much stems. But look at how much more green grass. Now, it's another day. I get it. So 7 days. Here's our next line. You should be able to see that pretty well on camera. So there's our next line. 8 days right here. Look. Just a ton of green. Green, 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 green. Lots of clover popping up. There's even some alfalfa that's left from this hayfield. All right, there's our next line. Going into 8 days right here. 8 days. You're seeing this buckthorn or buckhorn starting to be fully recovered. Some more alfalfa that's nice and recovered and coming back pretty strong. Up towards the front of the field, there's a lot of clover. Here's our next line. 9 days. Where we've laid down more material, less green grass is coming up. And that's where I thought my problem was with trampling so much material last several years. That made me switch to more of a non-selective graze, making them take more, is because we would lay so much material down on the ground, it seemed as though it took forever for the grasses to come back up through that. 10 days. I mean, we're getting out, or we're seeing some hairy vetch coming back. All right. That hairy vetch is new. It's growing, it's standing up straight. We got some pretty much a continuous green grass that's made its way back here at 10 days. 10 days we're working over here. Got our next line here. This is where our poly wire was. 11 days. 11 days, we're starting to see, you know, 6-8 inches of grass in some areas. 12 days, and at 12 days it's virtually a unrecognizable field from where we started. Here's where we're starting to see some really tall clover, some big leaf clover. You know, we get down here, we start going and we start pillaging through this stuff. The soil's still moist, it's cool, it's not hot, and what a difference. I can't say enough. Okay, here's another thing I want to show you. This is 12 days. Look at that. That pat, manure pat. It's hardly even got any moisture in it. It's almost dried completely out. There's all kinds of worms. It's still a little moist down there, but I don't think we're gonna have any problems with the cattle coming back in here and grazing with pats like that. And I mean, there's another one right here. Look at all the grass growing up through it. Look at how dry it is. Hear that? Glory to God. Look at that. That is amazing. 12 days and there's virtually nothing left of it. Oh, I don't know what to say, guys. This is absolutely amazing. All right, I got a lot to show you in this video. Let's go take a look at all the animals on the farm. All right, let's visit the pigs first. Those are gonna be the easiest chore today. All right, there they are. 22 of them out here right now. They still got a little bit of forage out here. And we will be moving them tomorrow. Look at all the forage that's ahead of them, guys. They are loving life, let me tell you. Hey, really? Why you gotta do that? Huh? Guys, if you've never done pigs before, this is our second year doing them. They are a hoot. Don't ya? Huh? All right, what we got going on here. This is about 2.5 acres. I got a 10-foot center lane way. Hey, slap those hams. Come on now. Leave the little alone. This is still not at full capacity at 22 hogs. You can see what we've done here is we've come in on their last day and we spread a cover crop, and that's what I'll actually have to do tonight because I'm moving them tomorrow. I'm gonna come in here, spread a cover crop so that they paw it down into the ground or stampede it down into the ground. And if you go back just one paddock, you can see what's happening here. Tons of regrowth is coming all the way down. You go back 2 paddocks, a little more regrowth, right? And you're catching on with what I'm doing here. 3 paddocks, you're getting a ton of forage. 4, and then the 5th one over here is darn near fully recovered with a seeded cover crop, and now the grasses are starting to come in along with that. So really interesting. It takes, you know, 5 minutes to come out here and fling some seed on the last day before you move them, and it's just amazing how quick that grows back. It's like there's a symbiotic relationship between what these pigs do and starting new growth. I mean, I don't know how to explain it other than you gotta try it. Let them do their natural tillage, right? And man, that stuff just takes right off. Check out what I got behind the dually, guys. That's right. That is all the fencing materials for the new Lease farm. That's what I'm gonna be working on every single night till probably a few hours after dark, is clearing as much of those hedgerows out as possible. Before this video's over, I'm gonna take you there and I'm gonna show you how much we've gotten done on that Lease farm already. I think you're gonna be pretty impressed with us. All right, guys, the cattle, they're ready to move, and it's actually a really good opportunity to show you something. I messed up. I did not give them enough grass this morning. I actually thought I was gonna be back to the farm sooner than what I was today. I'm showing you everything, all right? And I'm gonna show you a mistake I made, because I overgrazed the heck out of that paddock over there. And I'm not really impressed. Here's what I did. We turned around and came back to where we started. And here's the reason why. This paddock that we're about to go into, as you can see, is fully recovered and it's beautiful. And so I made the decision yesterday, let's turn around and let's go back where we started. I've never done that before, all right? But it's something I said, why leave this great feed to go to seed, because that's what's gonna happen next, to go hit some stuff that's already been and has gone to seed, or is pretty much to seed. It's not turned brown. The seeds are still edible. So we turned right around to come back for this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful forage. The problem with that is I think I was still in my mindset of where we were grazing stuff that was, you know, 5 foot tall. This is some good viable feed. There's tons of clover in there. There's tons of grass. I'm a little ashamed to show you this paddock, but I know I need to, and it is bad. It's very, very bad. But look at this, guys. They ate it right down to nothing. Now I'm looking at the ruminant, and the ruminant's not empty. They're full, but man, I hurt this paddock. I set this thing back. This is more than a non-selective graze, so I don't have it all figured out all the time. That's all I can tell you. Some of the times we hit it good, and I've been hitting it good where we came from. This, I messed up on. Did I overgraze this paddock? Yes, I did. I messed up today. But here's the beautiful thing about it. Did I take the whole farm? No. I took 12 hours. I messed up on 12 hours. This was too tight of an area. I should have realized that there's not as much grass here, although it is really good grass. There's not as much there as what we just came out of, and I should have made an adjustment. Again, it's 12 hours. It breaks my heart to see this done to the land. Honestly, it's such a weird feeling because I hate it. I hate the way this looks. It really makes me sad. I'm very disappointed in myself, but it's 12 hours. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the farm. It's not the end of this grazing here. It will recover. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put their water right in the middle of tonight's paddock and tomorrow. So what I'll have to do tomorrow morning when I come out here is wind up this fence, let them on the other side, and then pick this post up and move it over here a little bit, and they'll have more access to the other side of it. That's about a 35 gallon tub that I got a Job Megaflow valve into. I keep these about 12 foot of hoses right at the end of it. I built a nice steel frame for it, and with a handle. This has served about 3 years, and I actually need to build a couple more of them because they work so well. I'd like to get one for the sheep, and for the new lease farm I'd like to get one made up for. So let me show you what they're going to be going into tomorrow morning. This makes me feel a little better about what I just did over there on that field I'm not real proud of. Tons of clover and some beautiful grass inside there. You can see that's, you know, probably somewhere around the 16 inches long. I don't know if this was a good decision to turn around and come back. I think we'll find that out. But I've never done it, so why not try it, right? We'll find out if turning around and starting all over again with a 32-day rotation was worth it, or we should have kept going on our first rotation, because we probably would have got 90 days on that rotation. But if you're not trying something new, chances are you're probably not learning. Right, we're out here at the chicken operation, freshly mowed paddock in front of the chickens. Right now we've got 7 chicken tractors going along with this turkey tractor. It's a Scovic style. We've got another batch of turkeys going here in this small tractor, and so I'm hoping they get big enough I can get them out here in with the bigger turkeys, so that I can free myself up some tractors, because I've got 250 chicks coming tomorrow or the next day. Say hi to the video. This is the sheep herd. These are a haired sheep, and then some of them are a mixture of hair and wool. They got tails, so if you've never seen sheep with tails, it might be a little different to you. I think if you crouch down, it looks like a predator.
No, that's when they came up to me.
A shepherd stands up straight. Yep.
Maybe once they know you, they don't even know
My sheep knows my voice.
They don't know you yet.
Yes, they do.
Why are they running from you?
My sheep know my voice. All right, and I'm just gonna tell you, anybody else who jumps in here is a thief or a robber. And I am the gate, and I lay across the gate opening Nobody comes in, nobody goes out. That is John 10, if you guys are unfamiliar with the scriptures. I am the good shepherd. One of the great 7 I am statements from Jesus himself. All right, check out what we've done already on this lease farm. We've pushed back these fence rows, you know, 30 foot at least. I mean, you can see I'm gonna come through here with my grapple bucket and grab all this stuff and get it out of here, all the way down and across that front hedgerow. Still got 3 fields to go. I'm real close to about half done with this field. This is the largest field. This is not a huge lease farm here, guys. You know, it's just really funny as I sat in my excavator last night thinking about leasing another farm, and you know, it's really hard for a small-time farmer like us to get into the leasing business in our area. All right, where I'm at, a small guy like me, we don't even get the opportunity normally to hear about a farm that's for lease before one of these, I call them mega farmers, come in here and gobble up this ground for row crop farming. In our area, it's all row crop. There's really not a whole lot of people doing what we're doing as far as the chicken, you know, the whole kit and caboodle, so to speak. There's not a lot of those people out there. So, you know, for us to get an opportunity to lease a farm, it's, you know, all I can say is glory to God. And as I sat here in my excavator last night thinking about how the Lord prompted me to buy this very expensive setup that I have here with this attachment and the excavator, I just think about that prevalent grace. The Lord goes before you and starts telling you to do things before you even know what he's got coming next. And this is a result of it. This is a beautiful piece of property. I mean, these beautiful rolling hills. You know, I can't wait to get out here with some cattle. I'm gonna spend a couple hours till probably a few hours after dark and just try to get around, get as much done as I can every day. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, share this with a friend, throw a comment down. Let me know what you think about the lease farm. Let me know what you think about us grazing and how we're doing it. Appreciate you watching. God bless.